Sunday the 2nd of October. I haven't really posted much lately, but it's not because I've been idle. What I'm going to do is give you a quick look at what's been going on at the plot. Okay, so as you can see, we've been making raised beds. This one we made last week, and we made a couple more this week. You can see the ones underneath right here. It's a better view. This dark one has been put in position, levelled and creosoted. We were lucky actually. My brother Tony managed to get some creosote from work, proper original creosote, not the new fake stuff. And so yep, we've been creosoting the boards in the hope that they'll last us a bit longer than they would otherwise. I've just turned this bed over today. I want to say turned over. I've just literally just gone through with a fork and just turned over the clods, so the wood chippers sort of pretty much gone to the bottom. A dilemma I have now really is how the hell do I fill these? I've got one here which we have filled, and we filled that with horse muck and the spent compost from the potatoes. We've done about half of our potatoes in buckets now, so we've done 22 30-litre buckets. So what's that, 660 litres? So that with the manure has gone into that bed. Now I worked out using maths that each one of these beds, because they're 3.9 metres long, 1.6 metres wide and 225 centimetres tall. Now that takes about 1.4 cubic metres of material. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. That's like 12 bales of the largest Verve compost. So, and also, you know, I don't really want to grow everything purely in compost. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Need some topsoil. So turning this stuff over means hopefully that once I add you know, some leaf mould, some compost, hopefully the worms will incorporate it all into the ground. But what I've really got to get is some topsoil, and topsoil is not cheap. It's bloody expensive. So yeah, so if anybody's got any ideas of what I can use to fill these, and I know I'm going to use the compost that I'm making, I'll stick that in. Worm costs are just really expensive. I thought I'd found a really good deal, but actually when I worked out how much I'd need, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost something like £140 to fill each one of these beds. So there's got to be an economical way of doing it. So yeah, there you go. What's growing at the moment? Not a lot. I've got my strawberries here. We've been cleaning them up, but they just keep growing. I don't really know when to stop them, but oh hey, hang on a minute. Look at that. Oh, well, that's been eaten. Okay, so I suppose the pests are all hungry at this time of the year as well. We've been taking parsnips, still a few left, still got a few beetroot left. This bed filled. Look at my perpetual spinach, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, there's a couple of rogue bits in there, but it's lovely, green, healthy, it's fantastic stuff. Swede are an absolute disaster. Look at these. They're absolutely tiny. I suppose I'll leave them in and see if they do anything, but I'm not holding out any hope. Courgettes are just about done. We've had so many off these, but you can see they're starting to go over now. Squashes have been great. You see I've got some small winter squash there. There's some butternut. Let me come around this way. There you go. Quite a fair sized butternut squash. But really the winter squashes are the ones that have done well. I'm supposed to take them before the first frost. No idea when that's going to be, but the way the weather is at the moment, it's not going to be any time soon. Celery, I've been taking lots of celery. It's prolific. And we've got a few spring onions there. And over the back there are my leeks. These are the potatoes I have left. They're all Sarpo variety. Everything else succumbed to the blight. And these seem to be still going. So, as I've been emptying the other buckets and I'm using those, I'll leave these in until I actually need them. And when I need them, I'll start taking them out. In the brassica cage, it's been a bit of a disaster this year. The collies came to nothing. Let's go around. Collies, they've all gone to seed, they didn't do anything. The Brussels seem to be holding their own, and if I come down here, you can see got some sprouts there. But they're absolutely covered in whitefly. There's a few cabbages dotted about, but I don't think they're going to come to much. And here at the end we've got some purple sprouting broccoli which aren't purple and aren't sprouting. So yeah, right, put that one down to experience. And really, that's about it. But as I say, we've not been idle. Putting these beds together using scaffold boards, and in the corners we've got hardwood stakes. These are actually from my brother's old patio doors, which he ripped down, made points on the end of them. You can see there's a couple of loose ones down the end there. Got to go in. My neighbour here done nothing this year except donate lots of seed to me. Not the sort of seed I wanted either. So there you go. That's a quick roundup of state of the allotment as it is. Oh, just quickly, we have now got permission to start working plot 3. Which we haven't started working yet, but I have sprayed the ground to try and kill some of this couch grass, and there's a big pile from that tree down the end there. I'm going to get an arborist in because this massive tree here blocks out a lot of the light onto this plot, and actually, funnily enough, onto my plot which is behind. So yep, there'll be some progress there soon, I hope. But first, we've got to finish these raised beds. When we've done that, then we'll probably start thinking about moving that brassica cage onto plot 3, taking the debris netting off and turning it into a fruit cage, which will mean that we'll put on some chicken wire instead of the debris netting, which the debris netting we'll use anyway on some of these raised beds. And then once we've moved that, then we can make a start on the shed, which will be just at the end of where the brassica cage is at the moment. So there you go. If you're watching, thank you. Please subscribe, and I'll give you an update soon. Cheers. Bye bye.